Right, good morning. Welcome back to pre-calculus. So we're going to be talking about dot products today. So I'm skipping around a little bit. I'm sorry for that. But let's see here. We've got two vectors here. You can see they're in bold. Okay, because they're printed. The way I usually write vectors, if I have to do it on the board or if I have to do it by hand, is I'm going to write this as a V. Just my little pen here. Come on. All right, hold on for a second. Pause. All right. So we've got V. I'll put a little arrow on it, okay, which equals this bracket 5, -6. There's several ways to represent vectors. Not all textbooks are going to do the same exact way, but this is a pretty common way to do this, but there are other ways. So 5i hat minus 6j hat would be component formed, okay, and then w, and then they give us a bracket, okay, -6, -1. -1 rather -6. Okay, which is going to be negative I hat minus 6j hat. Okay, so that's how we go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's how you pronounce these guys. Okay, this is I hat, then j hat. Okay, that's what we do with those. Okay, and then the formulas for dot products, I'm sorry, this is something that you're going to have to memorize. Okay, we try to keep that to a minimum because there's a lot to memorize. But the way you do I hat or the way you do dot products is you simply multiply the components together and then add those products together. Okay, in Excel, that's called a sum product. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're just going to multiply the two component forms together. In this case, v dot w. Okay, v hat or v dot w. Okay, and this is going to be v is going to be 5 and then -1. And then we're going to have 6. Okay, we're going to W is -6. And then V is also -6. And the regular rules of multiplying numbers work. Okay, so 5 times -1 is -5. -6 times -6 is positive 36. Because we're going to have negative times negative, so we're going to have a positive here. And then 36 minus 5 would be 31. Okay. The product, the result of a dot product is going to be what they call a scalar value rather than a vector. Okay, so we have two vectors that we dot together. We're going to end up with a scalar result. Okay, we don't talk about cross products in this class, so if they do with cross products, that's not something that you have to worry about. But that would be a vector product. We'd end up with a vector at the end. But with scalars, or dot products rather, we end up with a scalar, and that's the thing they're going to ask us to do. So in this case, they're just going to say, oh, it's going to be 31. Right? And do they let us check, or they're going to say pretty much wait till the end. Okay, and then v dot v, so v dot v, this is equal to, we have 5 times 5, that's my two I hats, plus -6, -6. So we have 25 and 36. We just add those two together, and I think that's going to be 25 and 36. This is going to be 61. Okay, positive number. Just a regular number. It's not a vector anymore. Now it's just v dot v. It's positive number 61. Okay, w dot w. Okay, so it's w again. Is 16. Okay, so w dot w is just going to be -1, -6, dotted with -1, -6. So we're just going to end up with -1 times -1 plus -6 times -6. Okay, so 1 plus, so 1 times 1. Regular SIGN rules, sine rules apply, plus 36, 37. Okay, there we are. That's all there is to it. Okay. So it's just a new rule to get used to. We have dot products. We'll go ahead and do the check, see if we get our green flag here. I could probably have enough time to do another one here. Okay, so we're all good, and we'll continue on our way. Okay, let's try number 2. Right. So they're just getting us used to experiencing vectors or seeing vectors in a slightly different format. There looks like the arithmetic is going to be a little bit harder here, but they have 2 vectors here. We have v is equal to 2.3 I hat, okay, minus 6.8 j hat. This is also equal to the vector 2.3 comma negative 6.8. I go with the bracket like that. W, okay, is equal to, we have negative 0.1 I hat, okay, minus 0.3 j hat, okay, which is again equal to negative 0.1 comma negative 0.3, again in the bracket. Okay, and both of these are fine. Okay, if you write the vector either way, they are both correct. Okay, so it's all right to have either representation. They put it in component form. That's what the I hat j hat is like, versus I don't know what form to write this in. It's just translated component form, I guess. But the component form would be the first way to write this, and then there's just another way to write the vector. Okay, and then again, we just want to do okay. B dot W. All we're going to do is say, oh, okay, this was 2.3 times negative 0.1, okay, plus, and then we just deal with our W part. That's going to be, there's a plus here, plus negative 6.8 times negative 0.3. Okay, and I'm not going to pretend that I'm going to be able to do this by hand or mental math. That's not going to work. Okay, even on a good day, that's not going to be a thing. Okay, so 2.3. Oh, this one will. Okay, so this will be 0.23. Okay, and then plus, and I have 6.8 times 0.3, so 6.8 times 0.3. And all I did was combine the negative parts, okay, because I know that negative times a negative is going to be a positive. So we've got, right. Oh, you know what I'm going to do here? We are going to insert, so second function, insert, and we're going to put a negative sign here because this 2.3 times negative 0.1 is going to be a negative number. The 6.8 times 0.3, okay, that's 2 negatives. That's going to make a positive. We'll just say answer. And we end up with, again, a scalar product, a scalar value of 1.81. Okay, let's type that in. Okay, so we end up with 1.81. Okay, is it possible for it to be negative? Sure. It's not a vector anymore. It's a scalar. Okay. That's how you spell it. Okay, scalar. S-C-A-L-A-R, scalar. Okay, and then we have v dot v. Okay, that's not too bad. So we have v dot v. And again, what is our v? Our v is 2.3 and negative 6.8 dotted with 2.3, negative 6.8. Okay, so we're going to do this. So we're going to say, okay, let's 2.3 times itself plus 6.8 times itself. So plus, again, I'm going to drop the negative because I can tell in my head that 2 negatives is going to make a positive. So we just have 6.8 squared, and we're going to go ahead and add this together. Okay, so 2.3. Oh, that can be an answer. We just want 2.3 squared plus 6.8 squared. Right? So 51.53. All right, so that's pretty much how we do that. Okay, so that's B dot B, okay, is 51.53. Right, and then W dot W, it's not too bad either. W dot W, we're going to have let's see, 0.1 and negative 0.3. So we're going to have W dot W, that's equal to, again, I have to 0.1 and then negative 0.3. There it is, negative 0.3. When I dot them together, it's going to be 0.1 squared plus, and again, negative times negative, we're going to have a plus. Okay, and we're going to have 0.3 squared. And we're just going to type that in our calculators and calculate that. And that's how you do W dot W. So 0.1 squared, that's going to be 0.01. Okay, and then plus 0.3 squared. Right, enter is 0.82. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so that's all we're going to do for that. Let's say 0.82. All right, we'll check that. Oh, they didn't like that. What did I do wrong? W dot W, did I write down the right ones? 0.1 squared. Oh, plus 0.3 squared. That's what it, okay, I wrote down the wrong ones. So 0.1 squared plus 0.3 squared. Okay, because it's going to be 0.09 plus 0.01 is going to be 0.1. That's it. Okay, that makes more sense. So that's 0.1. All right, and we'll double check our first one, V dot W. That's going to be 2.3 times 0.1. And I'll bet I wrote down the wrong one. I put it in here. So 2.3 times 0.3. Okay, that's my B dot W. And the thing about B dot W, U dot, or, so this is the nice thing about this is that B dot W is equal to W dot B. So dot products are what they call commutative. This is like every other multiplication and addition problem that you've ever seen. Those are also what they call commutative, okay? Some things are not. We'll soon learn things that are not commutative. If you swap the order, you get a different operation. Not so with dot products. So you're pretty safe. If you turn things around, it doesn't matter, okay? Sometimes you turn things around, they're not even defined, all right? So you have to be careful with that a little bit later in your life. But for dot products, they're pretty tame. So we have 2.3 times 0.1, and oh, I see that's why. Okay, times okay 0.1. Okay, 2.3, 0.1, and then since we have negative times a negative, we're gonna have a plus, and then 6.8 times 0.3. Okay, I think we'll be okay. We'll double check that. I got 3.27. Did I type that? Yes. Okay, 3.27. 3.27. Sorry about that. Okay. How about the 2.27? All right. All right. And that's 0.1. We'll try again. All right. Now we got our green flag. We're ready to go on. All right. So just be careful typing that stuff into the calculator. It's pretty much as difficult as this is. So I leave you with that one, and we'll do a few more. Okay. So that was dot product. They're not so bad. It's just a new kind of multiplication you have to learn, but the rule for it is pretty straightforward, and that's all you really have to do. Okay, there's going to be some other rules for dot products. Hopefully, we'll see those in another problem. Okay, so thank you, and I will see you next video.